Hey guys, Tbull here. Today we're checking out the British Tier 8 destroyer Jutland. Where's the ship build? We're going to try putting it at the end of the video. So you guys let me know in the comments below if you prefer that or you like the old way where you showed the build beforehand. But here, and if you're an eagle eye, you might have noticed we got Meta on the other team. Meta Jerk. And he's in the rubric. Now, if you know anything about the rubric, you know it's here for a good time, not a long time. And that's what he's going to be doing there. You just basically put that puppy in position, let the secondaries rip, and hopefully the enemy, if they're smart, they'll shoot you and sink you. All right, so what are we doing here? Well, we got to capture the base mode game. I've been trying to show a lot more capture the base mode for destroyers because I think it's still a very important role. Now, destroyers, when you're playing domination mode, once you figure out how to play the game, you quickly realize how important they are. They should be focused on capturing the bases and countering the enemy team's ships that are trying to capture the bases, i.e. their destroyers. Okay, so if they don't do that, your team typically loses the game. Or you could rephrase it, whichever team's destroyers do a poorer job of capturing the bases and countering the destroyers typically loses the game. Here you can see the flyboy, of course, is after us. Now, we do have a bit of an AA build on this. I've kind of made a resolution for myself. Every time I get focused by a carrier, I put a AA build on another ship. So, just kind of my retribution to the carrier community. And here I'm noticing, I think, Meta Jerk, because we saw his name on the screen there. Checking out his division, seeing what they're up to. He didn't end up noticing me, by the way, until after the game I said GG's. So he wasn't on the comms with his teammates saying, get that dude. I was a little bit worried about that because the Kronstadt is north of us. That's the division guy, and he does have a good radar. So try to protect ourselves against this carrier, saying to him, okay, you want to keep dropping us, we'll keep shooting you down. We're having some good luck here, but I'll be positioning behind this island as the guys above us. In fact, I'm going to move into those planes trying to shoot them down quickly because I want to move from this position. I'm trying to get into the idea of what we're doing with this capture the base mode game. One of the primary responsibilities is spotting for our team. Now, behind this island, we are cutting down a huge amount of line of sight, right? We can see more or less to the west, northwest, and a little bit to the east, which is already heavily, our line of sight to the east is already covered by our team. So we're not spotting to the east, not spotting to the north, and we got a pretty good field of vision on the west, except for the fact that there's a lot of ships between us and the red position over there. So poor position in terms of actually spotting. And you might say to yourself, this is a little bit of a slow open, but I do want to talk about these concepts. But we are paying attention to this twist and track. I'm very wary of the cruiser. I want to keep him spotted, the radar cruiser, and hopefully our team will bomb on him. I'm also very wary of the grouping of the long-range radar cruiser and the rubric, because the rubric's secondaries, and I know Meta's all in on the secondary build. That can cause a lot of problems, even at range. Here is the fabled radar, and we immediately racked. This is not something to be fooling around with. We need to angle away from the Kronstadt, who already has shots coming in, and the rubric. Check this out. You're going to start seeing all sorts of silver and golden showers flying around the air here. Lofty, hard to hit, sure, and we're going to be taking some evasive maneuvers. But we need to get away from that. Now we're out of the radar range. Perfect. We'll drop the smoke just to ensure. I do want to take a couple pot shots at this destroyer here, because what I'm trying to do this entire time, I know this destroyer is over here and I want to counter him, right? We talk about destroyer roles. Countering the enemy destroyers, very, very, very high on the objective list during any game. So I'm trying to get over there. Can I do that with a Kronstadt pushing me? No. Can I do that with the rubric covering him? Nope. So the team's not really doing much against the Kronstadt. I deploy my short-cycled smokes here. Now we're going to take some shots on him just to say, okay, you want to shoot me? I shoot back. I defend myself here in this game, and you choose to engage. We're going to take it to you. Back up here, trying to spot him again. I did see one teammate shoot at him, so the team's starting to respond. And it's a mantra around this channel, but everybody on the team should be targeting the radar cruiser. That's a very, very high value target. Some could successfully argue that it's as high a value as the destroyers. It just depends on the overall composition. But need to get him off the board. Our boy Meta does go down. I think he was being pretty aggressive, but it looks like he had numerous guys shooting at him. And anytime you're numerically mismatched, you're designed, the game's designed to have you lose in that situation. So Kronstadt coming around here again. He's low. He gets some torp hits. The side pan takes him out. Carrier. Hey, we love carriers around here. Great job taking out the #1 threat. So if the rest of the surface ships are going to do it, at least the fly boy on our team is picking the right target. So much appreciated there. Torpedoes on this Iowa, because I'm attempting to slow him down / sink him. If he continues on his line, of course, he'll take some shots. But we need to be countering the C at 46, who's very close to our base. He's attacking low health destroyers over here. I think he already got one, or he's about to anyways. Whatever the case may be, we need to get him out of here. Okay, you can see our destroyer who's been trying to counter him pretty low. We're trying to, take as much damage against him as we can while he's focused on the other guy. Iowa, obviously shooting at us. It's dangerous whenever cruisers, battleships are targeting the destroyers. You need to respond to that. And check this out. AP, even at range, but look at these hits. Keep an eye on that. We're going to be using a lot of AP in this game. If you got the flat surface broadsides, you need to do that. Try the AP until it proves that it's not going to work. Aim up a little bit, superstructure, and test the results. Ooh, we got one torpedo on the Iowa who did turn in. Check it out. Damage continues to go. We got a permanent flood. Permanent until the damage control comes up or the flood ends in about 1:20, which he'll be dead long before that. We got about 10 seconds left in the smoke. Want to take another shot here, get him on fire, because if we get a fire and a flood, ooh, damn, that's a dead Iowa in that situation. No battleship, unless his damage control is just about to surface. Boom, there goes the fire a moment ago, and we just sail off. We're trying to shoot down those planes, stay in the smoke, get as many of those planes as we could. Didn't end up shooting any there. But we don't want to be spotted here, allowing the Iowa to take another shot. Here comes some torpedoes trying to dodge. Come on, turn. Oof, we got one there. Luckily, it didn't do too much damage. But the carrier certainly taking an interest in us, and we know that. So if you're curious, with this build, by the way, which you'll see at the end, fairly high-level AA build for the ship, though. The rating, and I know you guys, every time I mention AA ratings, you guys roll your eyes. Liquidator. Ooh, yeah, you don't see that one every day. The rating on the AA 55 with this build, which is, again, relatively highly focused on the AA. So it's not a monster in terms of anti-air, but if you spec for it, we can get some results like we've seen here. So we've removed the Iowa. Destroyer still running amok, still chasing our guy. Okay, but he's visible on the map there. We don't notice him quite yet, I don't believe. We're still trying to alert people, get back to the base. We do have a good numerical advantage here, but what we want to be worried about, and here comes a Fletcher. Fletcher dangerous in this situation. What we need to be worried about is if I die, I'm kind of the lone defender, and I'll ping the piss out of the base, trying to get people to turn around. Luckily, the destroyer to the north is coming back, but in that situation, if I die, we can lose these games, even though we're up in ships. That's the most common way to lose when you're up on ships in World of Warships Legends. Poor base management and capture the base mode. AP or HE. Okay, he's broadside. Watch this. We're gonna go switch over to the AP and watch the damage pile up here. All right, decent 1600 there. Knocked the torp, sure. Getting some great support from the guy to the north. 3300, 3400, whatever it was, and a follow-up shot will take him down despite being angled. So again, once he's fully angled away and we can't get those penetrating shots into the side, go ahead and switch back to the HE. But test the AP, because if you strictly rely on the HE and these higher tier British destroyers, I'm finding your damage output will be quite low. Okay, in contrast to the lower tiers, which I basically almost never shoot AP with the British line up until the Lightning. Maybe I need to test the Lightning out a little bit again after playing these two, but I'd say Jutland and the legendary tier Daring need to be focused on the AP when it's available. Here we got a carry up north, whatever. The last guy who could potentially affect the game is the Z on the red team, and of course we do have good support with the Kagero, so we're just going to roll up on him and make sure he goes down. All right, that's the game plan here. We got the sonar going. Sonar shorter range than the Germans, but longer duration. Okay, so pick your poison. I personally prefer the German sonars. Usually, you get into a situation where you want it to work, and you want it to work really well, and that situation doesn't persist that long very often. But I will say this, when you have a longer duration sonar, occasionally you're like, ooh, that's kind of nice, even though you got to get in closer to get it to work. here we are within the sonar range, I believe, so he can try and smoke up all he wants. He's going down. But, you know, the extra duration's nice, but I do, by and large, prefer the German destroyers. Or, I'm sorry, the German sonars, despite the British destroyers being preferable to me overall. All right, so he's going down here, and once again, we flip over to the AP there when the appropriate broadside is shown, and down he goes. All right, so great job with that other destroyer on our team, and it looks like another cruiser actually went back to support the base too, which is outstanding. You want to see that on your team. So that's going to do it for this one, guys. Again, the commander build coming up here momentarily. But if you did enjoy this, please hit the thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Again, give me the feedback on the new format. You guys let me know. And we'll talk to you later. All right, peace.